Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to be putting on a full face of makeup products that YouTubers have made me buy. Now, all of these, I think I can remember the individual influencer who influenced me to buy this product, but I'm pretty sure I can remember for most of them. There might be a couple where I'm like, I don't know, but I know this is just generally talked about online. I've seen a few people make these videos, but the one that I was inspired to make this one by was Jessica Braun. I will link her video down below. She's an amazing content creator. I absolutely love her videos. She's so authentic and real, and she's great. But yeah, this is a full face of makeup products that I have been influenced to buy. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the Pixi Glow Mist just to give myself a little bit of moisture. I think this most recently was influenced by Sarah Rose. I will link all of the creators that I'm mentioning down below, but she's the one that I've seen use this most recently. She definitely played a part in me purchasing it a couple of months ago. So for foundation, I have the Hourglass Stick Foundation. Now this was only bought by me last year, but I feel like the seed of me wanting to get this product was set back in the day when Jaclyn Hill started using this foundation. She used to love the Makeup Revolution stick foundation, which I wanted for a long time, but it was just like too expensive, and then I went cruelty free, so I didn't want to use it anyway. But then she really loved using this Hourglass foundation. I don't know if she still uses it. I don't really watch a lot of her videos anymore. You know, I used to be so obsessed with her videos. Like, I was just waiting for her to post. I really liked her makeup tutorials, but the main things that I really liked were like her favorites videos and hauls and stuff like that. I used to live for her Sephora hauls because I just love hearing people talk through product. It's just like, I find that almost more inspiring than watching them apply it, although watching them apply it obviously is very inspiring too, but like there's something about when people really get talking about a product and like swatching it and all of that. I just get really inspired by that. So this was definitely one of those that I saw her use, I saw her talk about so often, and I was like, oh my god, I really want that Hourglass foundation, but it was just so, I mean, it is so expensive. It's like, I think £42 for ages. I was just like, no. And then I think I had like a discount code or something on Feel Unique or somewhere like that, and I ended up biting the bullet last year, and I do really like this foundation. I do think that she was right when she was recommending it. But yeah, I have been using this foundation on and off for over a year. I've mentioned it in quite a few videos and I do really like it. Wow, okay, I'm very like bright. Let me turn my lights down a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. I've zoomed you in as well. So for concealer, I actually have the Milk Flex Concealer, and this I know 100% who I bought this because of. This was Jamie Page. So I don't actually watch her videos as much anymore, but I do really enjoy her content. She's another person that I think is very authentic, and she will tell you whether a product is good or bad, you know. So I really trust her opinion. And this concealer is lovely. It does have some downsides, but it's very natural. It kind of has a natural skin-like finish, but because of that, it's a little bit sheerer than some other concealers. And I do think it works best when blended with the fingers rather than with a brush. But actually that's probably true of a lot of concealers. But yeah, it can kind of fade quite quickly in like the very dark circles under my eyes. At the same time, it gives such a natural skin-like finish that it's really nice for those sort of natural makeup days. So like if I wore this a lot when I was working in the office, hardly wear makeup now to be honest, but I was wearing this a lot at work and just things like that. I will blend it out with a brush on my face, but I just think under the eyes you just get a little bit of a more seamless finish if you go in with your fingers and really work it in. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, you're probably not going to be able to see on camera, but in person it's just like, I don't know, I can just see the blueness a little bit. I don't know if it's just the shade, and the shade needs to be a little bit more peachy to like counteract that blueness. This is the shade Creme. I love Jamie Page's style. She's very like similar kind of makeup aesthetic to me, very natural, very glowy, very sparkly eyeshadow and stuff like that. So I mean, all of these creators that I'm going to recommend I like, so if you like my content you'll probably like theirs in terms of like makeup aesthetic and the looks that they go for, because that tends to be the kind of thing that I watch. Okay, we're going to go in with bronzer. Now this is the one where I'm not actually sure who influenced me to buy this, and actually this was Jessica's pick as well on her video that I was inspired to do this video from. This is the Milk Baked Bronzer, and she was like, I know that so many people recommended this on YouTube and everything, but I can't actually remember the one person, like if there was one individual that like made me go out and buy it. And I kind of feel the same way. I feel like so many people love this bronzer and so many people use it on camera that I can't actually remember one individual who I was like, yeah, I need it. Because I mean, I've just seen it, you know, I've just seen it around like for so long. But yeah, I bought this when I was in Canada. I went a little crazy in Sephora because in the UK, at least where I live, that kind of high-end makeup is not available to see in person and swatch. So when I went to Canada, I was like, need to go to Sephora, need to swatch everything that I've been seeing in YouTube videos. I was sold instantly, and yeah, got it. Love it. Have been using it very, very regularly ever since. It's another one that is, well, like the concealer, is very natural. It gives your skin like a natural finish. It doesn't really look like you're wearing too much makeup. It's just kind of makes it look like your skin, you know. Okay, let's do blush first. So with blush, again, I'm not 100% sure who actually influenced me to buy this. I have a feeling it might have been Kathleen Lights back in the day. This is the Milani Luminoso blush, but I'm not 100% if it was her. But again, this is just something that so many people recommended, so many people said was good. I know they like reformulated it for a time. I'm not sure if I have the old version, the new version, I don't know. I've had this for years, so it's probably the old version, but I think they reformulated it. It was a certain way, then they reformulated it, then they went back to the original. And I don't know in that mix which one I have, but I do know that this blush has been going strong for a long time. I used to have an Hourglass baked blush. I think it was in the shade Dim Infusion, and that lasted forever, and it was pretty much a dupe for this. I actually ended up throwing that away because I just had it for so long that I was like, this can't be good to put on my face anymore. I'm gonna use this brush from, I think this is from Superdrug, I don't know, it's really old. Really do recommend this. It's, you know, it's affordable, it's talked about so much for a reason. It's just the perfect peachy blush, and they have so many different shades. You know, if you're a different skin tone than me, you will be able to find one that works. I haven't used any others just because this is like all I need really in blush form from Milani. I haven't like felt the need to try any others. But there are a few shades which I have been intrigued by. I just haven't like, I just love this shade so much that I can't really see myself going for anything else, you know? Okay, so for powder highlight, again, I'm trying to think who actually was the individual. I promise you I know for the rest of the products. It's just this bronzer, blush, and this highlight. I'm also going to use another highlight. This is the Mary Luminiser. I feel like it might have been someone like Lily Pebbles or the Anna Edit, or she was Viviana Does Makeup back in the day when I would have been inspired to get this. But I feel like it was like one of those influencers that I first saw this and was like, oh yeah, okay. And I am embarrassed to say that I have had this since I was in uni, and I left uni 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, this is, I reckon this is about 6 years old, this highlight, but I do still crack it out from time to time. I actually talked through all of my highlight collection in a dedicated video a few videos back, maybe like 2 or 3 videos back, and I kind of talked through why I love this so much there, so I won't go into too much detail. But if you are looking for a good champagne highlight that's kind of just like, it does give you a really intense glow, like shimmer, but it doesn't look unnatural, and it's a powder, so you know, like that's hard to come by, then this is just great, just great. Okay, on to cream highlight. A few different influencers I know inspired me about this, but the one that really sticks out is Estee Lalonde. This is the RMS Living Luminiser. It's just that perfectly cool girl, juicy cheeks, like that kind of vibe, and that's so Estee. Fun fact, Estee was actually the first makeup content creator that I ever watched. I got into like blogs and stuff about hair, and I used to watch YouTube videos from, I actually still follow her on Instagram. She's she's a hairdresser who taught people how to do like their hair on YouTube and stuff like that. So she would do like, you know, braids and curl styles and all different styles, and that's how, I don't know even how I found her, but that's how I got into the world of YouTube, watching hair videos. And then she recommended in one of her like favorites videos or whatever, she recommended Estee, and Estee was the first ever makeup video. One of Estee's video was the first ever makeup video that I watched, and that was like my entrance into the land of makeup YouTube, and here we are. Maybe like 7 years later. I feel like that was probably in 2013, so yeah, seven years later, we're here. We're still going strong, we're still watching YouTube all the time, so thank you, Estee. And thank you to The Small Things, I think was the name of her blog, but she's now Kate Bryan on Instagram. I'm pretty sure that's her surname. She's great, I'll link her below too. Okay, so now that we have our base done, I'm going to start with eyes. I have an eyeshadow. I wasn't sure, I was looking through my eyeshadow palettes and I was like, I don't know who influenced me to buy any of these. So I don't have a palette, I have a single shadow to put on, but I am just going to put a little bit of this new Boss that I used in my last video. I'm just gonna lay that as a transition shade. I mean, technically I didn't see this in a video, but I did find it through Logical Harmony's Black Owned Cruelty Free list. So I guess an influencer inspired me to buy this, but I didn't actually see anyone use it on camera. But I just want something like a matte brown in the crease for the other shadow that I'm gonna use. The single eyeshadow that I'm going to use is actually going to be one of the Hourglass Scattered Light glitter eyeshadows. These are like really sparkly toppers. This was Samantha Ravndal who inspired me. I mean, you're going to be able to tell, like, all of these influencers are very like similar aesthetics, and like a lot of them are friends and stuff, and like are on each other's channels because I guess they just have similar types of personalities that I'm drawn to. But yeah, this particular shade, I remember Samantha I'm just gonna say Sam. I remember Sam talking about on her channel, and from the moment that I saw her put it on her eyelid, I was like, I need that. And then at Christmas, Hourglass came out with this little gift set trio with this in it, plus 2 other shades, and I was like, oh my god, it's too good not to buy, so I got it. This and the gold, it's a toss-up between like my favorite shades, because honestly, the gold is gorgeous, but I feel like this is just a little bit more versatile, and this one will work with more skin tones. And you can kind of like smoke it up, or you can wear it as like a wash of colour all over the lid, and it's not gonna look too in your face for like during the day. It's like brown, but it has silver glitter, and it just catches the light so beautifully and looks so unique on the eyes, and I just love it. So I'm gonna take just what I had put onto my hand, and I'm just gonna take my brush and just kind of very lightly run it underneath. So I've just curled my lashes. I'm going to move on to mascara. This is the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl Mascara. This is a great affordable mascara if you are looking for something that isn't gonna break the bank but lengthens and defines and holds a curl. This is really, really great. This was influenced by Sarah Rose, same YouTuber who inspired me to buy the Glow Mist. She gives really, really great recommendations. She is cruelty-free. I think she only uses vegan makeup, but I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, she only shops cruelty-free, and she's a really good source of recommendations for me. Just because I know I can trust any recommendations that she gives, and she also doesn't buy a lot of makeup, so you know what she does recommend is like her tried and true tested favorite, and this mascara just did not disappoint. It's not quite as long lasting as my Charlotte Tilbury Legendary lashes, so I definitely do think like you can see the difference in, you know, the price. Because I think this is about £3, or I don't know, all of e.l.f.'s products are like £5 or less pretty much. So this is a very, very cheap mascara compared to the Charlotte Tilbury one, and you can tell in that it does wear off throughout the day, but other than that, it's really not hugely noticeable, the difference. Maybe the Charlotte Tilbury is a tiny bit blacker and more intense, you know, like, but if you layer this up, I think you can get a very similar look to what you get with the Charlotte Tilbury. So if you are looking for a more affordable alternative before like shelling out for the Charlotte Tilbury one, I think this would be a good bet. So for lips, I wanted to just put a little bit of lip liner on. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk just because this is like one of the most cult used lip liners on the market. I think it is the lip liner to like start all of the lip liner trends. Like obviously there were lip liners before this one, but in terms of like the YouTube world, I feel like this was the first one that everyone was like, oh my god, you need this lip liner. The main person that I remember seeing talk about it, and I don't actually watch her videos anymore, but this was again like back in like 2013 when I started watching YouTube, Amelia Liana. She used to really love this and wear this all the time, and I always think of her when I put this on because I just remember how much she used to wear it, and I always used to think, oh my god, it looks so nice on her. But I only actually bought this year. So it just shows like how things can stick in your mind, but you don't necessarily buy things like because of that person, but when you do buy them, you still remember like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy that because that person used to really love that, or always said that was a really great product, you know. For lipstick, oh god, I'm so sorry that basically all of these products are high end, but I'm just that way inclined, I guess. I've always had expensive taste, and it's no different with makeup. This is the Charlotte Tilbury JK Magic. I honestly think if you are going to invest in a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, I would highly recommend it being one of these slightly more expensive. I think they're like £2 or £3 more than the original lipsticks, but they come in refillable packaging and they just feel so much weightier. It feels so much more luxe, so much more special when you're getting it out. So if you are looking for something that's going to be like something to remember, you know, like a wedding lipstick or graduation or any like special occasion thing that you want to be like, that was the lipstick that I used, and you want to keep it for years to come, these are beautiful. And you can refill it. So if the lipstick goes bad 20 years down the line, you've still got this. You can keep buying the bullets to go in them. So if Charlotte Tilbury's still around in 20 years, which hopefully it will be. But yeah, this is JK Magic. Oh my god, they smell so good. This was inspired by Raw Beauty Christie actually. She wore it in a video a few months back. I was already wanting to get this, but when I saw her apply it, I was like, yep, sold, I need it, I need it, I need it. And I was just like waiting for the right moment to get it. And obviously I did my like in-depth Charlotte Tilbury review, so I was like, well, that's an excuse. Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it was designed, so her Hot Lips collection is like made based on celebrities. So this is JK Rowling, sorry, this is JK Rowling's lipstick, and obviously like in terms of my complexion, that was the one I was the most drawn to, just because I know JK Rowling is a redhead. So if any were gonna suit me, it would probably be this one, but it's like the perfect nude. It's one of her comfort matte formulas, and it's honestly more like a satin. It's very creamy, it's very nourishing, but it does like dry down. It's not glossy or shiny in any way. So really, 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 really love this. Yeah, since I bought it, it's been one of my most used lip products actually, and I have a lot of lip products, so that's saying something. Okay, on to lip gloss. I think again this was Kathleen Lights. I'm pretty sure Kathleen Lights was recommending this particular shade. This again I bought in Sephora in Canada last year. She had like the whole set and she was like, this is the one that I recommend. So this is the shade Ignite, and I do really, really love this lip gloss, but I will say I don't think it is worth the money. It's so expensive for what it is. It's a beautiful sheer peachy lip gloss topper. It's really, really pretty, but with these types of very sheer lip glosses, I don't find that I can wear them on their own without any lipstick underneath, because I just find that it looks like I'm not wearing any lip gloss, because it just looks sparkly, you know? There's no like real, it is peachy, but it's not peachy enough to have like a base color. So if you're not wearing a lipstick underneath, it's just like, what, you just like wearing like little bits of glitter on your face, and it's not that glossy. It's adding a little bit of gloss, but it's not really, it kind of looks like a lip balm type of thing. But if you layer it over another lip product, then it makes everything just pop so much more. It makes the lip product underneath pop loads, and it also, I don't know, the lip gloss just seems to have much more dimension to it than if you don't wear it with anything underneath. But having said that, Kathleen Lights, her recommendations rarely steer me wrong. And it's not that this steered me wrong, it's just that, like, you know, I just think for the money, you can get glosses that are just as good, that are cheaper. So I just did my brows off camera. I don't think I was influenced by anyone for that brow gel, but if you were wondering, I used Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows in Brigitte as always. I'm just gonna finish off with a little spray of the Glow Mist again. So that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching it. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, to be honest. I love the eyes as well. Yeah, I feel like the YouTubers have not steered me wrong. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Do let me know what products you have been influenced to buy from YouTubers that you love. I would love to have your recommendations as well. I'm trying to diversify my YouTube subscription box at the moment, so I am working on that. I'm trying really hard to find a more diverse range of people to watch. I found a few, but yeah, please do leave your recommendations down below as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do want to see more from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!